right. So I did ask for a little time because I take these, not that I don't take all readings seriously, but when it comes to a loved one that has passed on, um, it takes me a little more time to prepare, get myself mentally in the right space. So, um, okay, I have to laugh because I always get three qualifying cards. Oops, making a mess here. And that's what starts the reading, and it gives me a little insight into the person that has passed away. Um, okay, this one made me laugh. I'm like, okay, Ron, you got a little bit of a sense of humor there. Okay, yes, we know you are not alive anymore. But it was, sorry, sometimes when I'm doing the reading and it's all going on in my head, I'm hearing things, I'm hearing what he has to say. The cards are just a way for us human beings to see it, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm a tad tired, so I may not be making a ton of sense. The next one was curiosity, and this is what I'm getting from him. Who are you? What do you want? What's going on here? It was just a whole series of questions. It was kind of funny. Um, so, and then the third was the dream. And that one was very sweet, very sweet. Um, where these two was about him, this one was about you. Um, have you had any dreams about him? You and him? Like your life together? Um, when Ron was still on this earth with you. He didn't elaborate on that. It was just there. So that's the feeling I got, that he was saying that you had been dreaming about him and that he found that very, very sweet. Okay. All right. And if I'm not making complete sense, because it's been a long day, feel free to ask me to clarify anything. Um, all right, so this started. I asked Ron, tell me your story. And loved ones that have passed, they always have a story to tell. And each one is completely different than the next. The first card was the Ten of Swords, inverted. I'm like, okay. A lot of keywords on there. But the one that he wanted to get across to me was forgiveness. I'm like, okay, Ron, you need forgiveness in some way. But see, so a lot of times, just so you know, as this reading is going and Ron is just giving me more and more information, sometimes it's very, very quickly it happens. So sometimes I have to jump back and say, oh, that's what you meant. Um, and what he means by that is, almost wanting to ask you a question. Could he be at times not as open and or willing to discuss problems? That's what I'm getting from him. He wanted to tell you he's sorry that he wasn't always open to that. That sometimes he could shut down. And for that, he is sorry. And he wished he would have spent a lot more time being more willing to have those more in-depth conversations that were needed. But the very next was he has a lot of pride in you. He wants to tell you he's recognizing now some of the things that what's the word? He wished his eyes would have been more open when he was here. And he wished he would have seen more than he did. And I'm just going to tell you, that's very common after someone passes away. All outside influences, work, money issues, everything, that kind of goes away. And what they're left with is the feelings of needing forgiveness, love, compassion, caring. Those, in fact, get intensified a lot of times. So they can see things more clearly than when they were alive, if that makes sense. So he just wanted to tell you that. That was what he was wanting your forgiveness for. And that one had to do with this. That's what brought it full circle. That running away from problems, not wanting to always kind of get them head off the problem. Let's talk about it. And sometimes when you wanted to do that, he wasn't always willing. So he would, I don't know if he was like this when he was alive, but I had a hard time keeping up with him. He would go from, okay, this humor to forgiveness, and this is what I want her to know, to, okay, now we're switching gears this way. So he recognizes that, and he does feel bad. And it's going to sound cliche to a lot of people, but he honestly means it. He doesn't like how you're feeling lonely. That you spend a little more time alone. And that's a very common thing that I run into almost every single time I do one of these readings. They don't like to see the person that they loved hurting by themselves more than they would like, or they don't like to see it. And I always have to remind the person that I am telling their story that it's got to be in your time, your way. Everybody processes grief differently, and there isn't a magic wand to wave at the situation and just make it all better for you. That's going to take time. And it kind of helps bring them down to earth. That, when you love somebody, you're going to grieve. Yeah, at first you may be a little bit, this is the Hermit card, by the way. And that's always, this one almost always comes up in every single one of these readings. They want to see you happy. And I always have to let them know, this is going to take time. This is not going to happen overnight. As much as they would love that. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to think back here. I'm going to have to come back to that one. Okay, so switching gears again. Um, it's almost, this is what I felt like. He had, let's get this hard stuff over. Let's just lay this out. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I want you to tell her. And then he went into a little more lighthearted information for you. So you would see this card, and you would say apple, and it can mean a lot of different things. But the minute I turned this card over, I heard, she's the apple of my eye. That one choked me up a little. I'm also an empath, so when I'm reading somebody like this, I can feel their emotions. And so since I'm experiencing that firsthand, that can get a little, that one got to me. Anyway, so he said that he sees you. He sees you looking at the photographs, going through memories of you two together, things you did together that were special. So all he's doing here on this one is validating, I see you. I see you. I'm here. The bonfire is about, what I heard him say is, you were my, see if I can say this without getting a little emotional. You were my safe place to land. He may not have always told you that or relayed that to you, but he wants to know that, that's very important. You were my safe place to land because you were always there for me. He didn't elaborate on this one, a pet, cat, dog. I'm like, okay, I'm going with it. And then he moved on to something else. He's very good at that. So I'm not sure if you guys had a family pet. He just did not elaborate on that. So maybe if you did, he wants you to know that, validating to you, yes, I see, I remember, what she's saying is true. He didn't elaborate. This one took me a moment. And then it hit me. I'd asked him, because I asked them questions out loud. And by the way, you can do the same thing. He can hear everything you're saying. He's there. He hasn't gone anywhere. This card, this was his way of letting you know, I'm there. Don't ever think that because I passed away, that I'm not still there. This is the shadow card, the other side. And I thought that was really special. Because I asked him, what do you have for her? What do you have for your wife? We're coming toward the end. What do you want her to know? And it was, just because I'm not there in your presence doesn't mean I'm not there with you. So that was, I love that card because it was such a definite answer to your question. And I love when that happens. I use a special set of cards for when I'm ending. And they're called the Energy and Spirit cards. I want you to notice something. that's incredibly telling. When it was about him, every single card that came up was a male figure. Down here, this is you. This is what he's seeing when he sees you. These are the cards he has for you. Sometimes it can confuse people a little bit that, well, it says this or it says that. When I'm doing a reading and I'm connecting with somebody who's passed over, it's not always 100% about what's on the card. They're just giving me what they want me to know. And when I laid out all 5 of these, and I realized this is how he sees you. All of these are all the female cards. He thinks you're beautiful. He feels like you were one of the best things that ever happened to him. He wants you to never forget your life you had together. Never forget that he may have left you physically, but he has not left your presence. That he's going to be there for you. So now he's not here, but you are. So you are in 2 separate journeys now. But I love the last card here. Looking forward. Conscious steps. He's letting you know that he's going to walk with you. You may wonder, well, Wendy, you skipped a card. The teacher card. Ignore that. Every time I read, I do a reading for somebody about their loved one that's passed away. Especially if it's a husband and wife. I get this card every single time. It's the card recognizing you and him. Your life together. He still sees you guys as one, as together. Feel free to ask me any questions. I know this was a lot. And please let me know if I need to clarify something. Sometimes it's a lot easier when I'm doing the reading, when the conversations are between me and the person I'm reading. And to put them out in everyday words sometimes can be difficult. So I apologize if I have not made sense about certain things, but please feel free. So it was a privilege reading for you and your husband, Ron. It really, truly was a privilege. I enjoyed reading for him, especially his little sense of humor here. So, all right. I hope this helps you. I hope it validates that he is still here with you, and that he still loves you, and in fact, he feels even more love for you now, that he can feel everything fully without any distractions. So I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Let me know if I can do anything else for you, or if you have any other questions. All right? Have a great night.